Hey everyone, it's Hal. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about electric cars and specifically about the Kia EV6. This is really an interesting thing that happened to me because I came to North Carolina to visit some family and rented a car, and when we went out to get it, there were no ICE cars. Internal combustion engine, electric cars only. So there were no gas cars at all. And what do? There was like 3 couples there saying, we're waiting for a gas car. Well, I didn't want to wait. I had a drive of 100 miles to go. It was 9 o'clock at night. I wanted to get to my destination. So I thought, hey, let's check out one of these cars, see what the range is. We only have 100 miles to go. Maybe it'll work out okay. Let me show you how to unplug it. So it's plugged in, and what you have to do is you have to unlock it. Let's try to unlock it from here. If you don't unlock it, you cannot pull this out. There we go. This particular charging plug is a trickle charger. It's plugged into the wall socket. It charges at like 1.3 kilowatts. All right, we're just going to go down the road a little bit and show you how this works. It's really easy to drive. You just basically push on the accelerator and you can go, oh, you know what? I need to put on my seatbelt. That's what it's telling me. I like the fact that it doesn't yell at me too loudly. That's wonderful. I think it's a nice looking car. I've seen some Teslas, Model Ys, Model 3s. I like the Model S the best, even though it's an older car. This styling is good. I like it. I know that there are other people out there that will talk to you about the car and the ins and outs and the quirks and features and all of those kinds of things. I've never really driven an electric car before, seriously. Range, it's got 286 miles, 88% battery. Let's see, 3,797 miles on this particular car. When my wife and I were deciding to get this electric car, the first thing I did was to open the trunk. You can open the trunk from here. Here we go. Or you can open the trunk from a button right under here. Here we go. And it will open right up. When I was first looking to see if I even wanted to see this car, I looked in here and, oh, the charger, I left it in the garage. But the charger was right in here. And so I thought, well, if it's got a trickle charger, then let's do it, because our destination will be just fine, because we can always trickle charge the thing while we're at our destination visiting family. So that's what we're doing. I've heard some horror stories about what happens when you get on the Electrify America network, and of people having trouble with the app, or having trouble with the charging stations, or having trouble having to worry, or having trouble with charging too slow, all of that kind of thing. But I thought, you know, we're only going 100 miles, we'll be fine. We did take a trip down to the coast of North Carolina, and we decided to do that the day after we got here, and it was lovely. We had a great time. I think we went like 167 miles or something like that. The range that we started out with was 260 miles. Let's see, I don't know if I did the calculations right on that, but what happened was that when we got to the end of our day, we had 82 miles left. So we had plenty of range. I had no range anxiety. It was a lovely trip. I enjoyed it. The Kia went very well. Let's talk about performance. There's an eco mode, there's a normal mode, and there is, what do you call it? Performance or something like that mode, which is probably really awesome, but I don't really care to worry about performance so much. I've heard that these Kias have a really good acceleration from 0 to 60 in like 3.4 seconds or something like that. I'm not going to test that here. I don't really care about doing that. I will tell you that I've tried it in eco mode and it's really sluggish. You know, I've driven a Prius before, and Priuses are, when you put them in eco mode, you step on the gas, like the accelerator, and it just has trouble. It just is sluggish. I don't like it. So I get it out of eco mode. This one is the same way. Put it in normal mode and it's wonderful. You just step on it and it goes. That's all I care about. It is very responsive. All right, we are going to go left here on this road. It says 55 miles an hour. I'm going 22. Let's go up to 55. Oops, I'm going right into the sun. Probably not great. 48, 49. This is a narrow road and I don't really care about going very fast. I'm going 53 miles an hour. It's wonderful. I love it. Handles really well. Has really good performance. Feels really good. Really tight steering. Regenerative braking. There's different modes for that. I just have it on whatever it is now. I'm just going to take my foot off and we'll see what it does. There we go. Okay. Regenerative braking. This is what we're getting right now. I just took my foot off the accelerator and this is what it's doing. It's really great. When we get down to going slow like this, it's like it's idling. 6 miles per hour. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind that. It has this little funny whine in the sound. I think I changed the sound of the car, and I don't know how I did it. I'd have to look it up in the book. See how I can change it back to being more silent. I like the silent mode. The infotainment center or system or whatever you call it. You know what? I don't even care about this stuff. I really don't. This is one of those things that makes an automobile really expensive. You put all this fancy stuff in it, screens, infotainment center, all that kind of stuff. I don't care about it. I really don't. I like to have a radio. Yes, it's nice. It's nice to have a radio that you can actually do manually. You can turn it up or turn it down. I like that. I don't like having a screen to have to do everything. I do like this climate control system where you can turn it on, turn it off. You've got the left side and you've got the right side, and you can set the right side to be 74 degrees and you can set the left side to be whatever you want. You can put it on air conditioning, which is what I've got it on now. You can turn off air conditioning. I like that. You can make the fan go up or down. That's wonderful. Yeah, it's great. This is on climate control. I have to go into this mode and then use the volume control to turn it down. I like that. I like the dial. The reason I don't like to listen to music and stuff like that when I'm driving is because it interferes with my inner thoughts. It interferes with inspiration from my higher power. When I get too much input from the outside, then inspiration stops. So I like to just, even when I'm driving, I like to just drive and think. Sometimes when I'm on a long drive, I'll download an audiobook and I'll listen to it. But I find that what happens is that after I listen for a while, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes, I turn it off and I start thinking again. I am not a fan of all kinds of power assist things in the car. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Let me show you what's going on here. All right, I'm going to open the door. Check it out. The seat moves back when I open the door. I think that's awesome. I think it's really cool because my wife likes to have the seat farther up than I do. And so having the seat move back for me and then move up when I get back in the car is awesome. I do like that, but it's not necessary. Also, electric windows. Power windows are cool, but eventually they break. They do. I had a Mercury Grand Marquis. All 4 windows went out eventually. They were $200 a piece to replace it. I had a Nissan Maxima. All 4 windows went out eventually, and I had to replace those. They were $400 a piece to have them done if I didn't do them myself. It was crazy. I've got a 1978 Ford F-150 that has manual windows, and it still works. And it's almost perfect. There's one little part on the driver's side. When I'm rolling it up, it goes dick, and I just wait and then go again, and it goes. It's not a big deal. If it breaks, I'll take the door apart and fix it. And there's parts for it. I've got a Model A, 1929 Tudor. The windows roll up and down just nicely, except for the driver's side. It's a little stiff. I think I need to oil it, maybe take the door apart, oil the mechanism, or maybe I need to rebuild it. I don't know. It was rebuilt some years ago. I don't know exactly when. All the other windows work really great, but you know what? I can fix that if I want to. With these modern cars, they eventually just, I mean, you can't work on them. You know what? One thing I haven't done was to open this. Is it a frunk? Let's find out. All right, how do I open it? Let's see here. Oh, here it is. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, how does this work? Oh, it's a latch. Awesome. It's actually a physical latch. I love it. Ooh. I've never looked in here before. Oh, that looks like a battery. 60 amp hour, something or other. I don't know what kind of battery it is. Okay, this looks like brake. This looks like coolant, probably for the battery. This looks like coolant. No, this is probably water for the windshield wipers. I bet that's what that is. Yep, washer only. And I'm sure that's coolant. Looking inside there. Oh, I see a motor down there. Right there. And other stuff. Besides putting coolant in it and washer fluid and maybe brake fluid, I don't think I could work on this thing myself. I mean, what could I do? I'm not going to worry about opening it up or anything like that. When we get back to the garage, I'll show you how you plug it in and how easy it is to charge it. It's awesome. I've heard a little bit of noise lately about electric cars catching fire. And the electric vehicle fires are amazing because the batteries burn really hot and they have their own oxygen, and so they it's really hard to put out. They burn very, very hot. Not a good thing. Pricing. I can't afford an electric car like this. I think the base price is like $43,000 something, and it goes up to what, $63,000. Teslas are way expensive. I can't afford that because I pay cash for my cars. This car alone, I would have to pay more for the base model of this particular car than for all the cars that we have right now. It is just way too expensive. I'll tell you, I can't do it. We've got 4 cars. We've got a Toyota Camry, we got used. I've got a Mazda Miata, I got used. I've got a 1978 Ford F-250, I bought used. I've got a 1929 Ford Model A, of course we bought it used because it's a 94-year-old car. And they were all less than $40,000. So this car alone would be more than all of those cars. And to fix it would be crazy, crazy. So, you know, I can't do that. Can't buy one, it's too out of my league. The Miata, the Ford F-250, and the Model A, I can fix those, generally. The Miata, I have to have a little help with. But the F-250 and the Model A, I could probably fix those pretty much by myself unless an engine went out. Then I'd have to get some help with it. Let's put this car away now and I'll show you how to plug it in. Oh, there we go. You just push on that and that door opens up. Let's get the plug. This is just the trickle charger. I have no problem with the trickle charger. All right, we plug it in.
Charging started.
There you go. That's it. Charging started. I do have another channel. My name is Hal, and it's Quail Studios Guitar and Keys. And if you want to learn a little bit more about music and keyboards and that kind of thing, go over to my channel. If you like the content, subscribe and like, and we'll see you soon. Take care.